speaking of the Yankees, Brian Cashman had his exit interview with the New York media yesterday, said that pitching wasn't the issue as to why they're not in the World Series. It was timely hitting. And part of the reason why he said that is Cole and Verlander were, I guess, gettable at some point for the Yankees. And it was posited by a member of the media that he passed on it. He took an issue with that phraseology. What do you say on that subject, Tom Verducci?
Yeah, well, they were in it for Cole. You know, there were depending on which reports you want to believe, they just didn't have the package the Pirates wanted. Either Miguel Andujar or Gleyber Torres were kind of the stumbling points in that deal. You know, they tried. Verlander, I don't think at the time, remember, he wasn't throwing that well, and I don't think the Yankees were as high on him. And listen, he's become a much, much better pitcher with the Houston Astros than he was in Detroit. I mean, he's good in Detroit, but he's gone next level. But yeah, listen, their MO here is to try to win the World Series with a really deep bullpen. And you look at the starting pitching in this World Series, it's expensive. You know, the average salary for these starters is $25 million, and they're all older. You're not going to see anybody in their 20s starting a game of the World Series here. So it's expensive to get great starting pitching, and it takes a while. And the only homegrown one in this World Series is Steven Strasburg. So, yeah, you do have to go out and get it. The Cubs did it certainly in 2016 with their rotation. But, yeah, I think the Yankees have to look at maybe being a little more diverse offensively, watching these Nationals put the ball in play. And, you know, watching the Red Sox last year, that certainly works this time of year, right? Fighting off two-strike pitches. The Yankees' terrific home run team, not as good as putting the ball in play. And, you know, I still look at, in these games, catching defensively, super important. I mean, go back to the slider that Chapman threw Altuve. Why is he throwing him a slider right there? You know, you don't need to attack him with a fastball, but throw 100 around the edges of the zone. So the call of that pitch, the problems that Sanchez had, blocking balls, calling games, and it bled into his offense. I thought it really took his offensive game down because he is a great offensive player. You know, that's something looking at in a postseason environment. And I know he's improved a lot, but I think that came back to haunt them a little bit in the postseason. So I like what Cashman said, though, Rich. It wasn't a failed season. It was a failed game. You know, they lost in the last at bat at the ALCS Game 6. So they're still darn good, and they'll be back again next year.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.